Welcome you to the last MSL game of the night, and just having the 1 minute silence there as someone close to the Northern Hawk squad has passed away, and our condolences go out to that player's family and friends. But we do have a very exciting match here with Northern Hawks taking on Cockburn Wolves. And we welcome you to the last MSL game of the night here at Perth Modern. For Cockburn Wolves, we have Michael Vlasic, Luke Christie, Declan Birdle, Ollie and Theo Leeming. Michael Dudek in goal, Jesse Lazaro, Stefan Radenovic, Alexander Kukic, and Mark Gavranic. And then for your Northern Hawks, Ches Houston, Lukman Saeed, Dan Fumato in goal, Betim Ziba, Gabe Reynolds, Michael De Filippis, Yanis Hamadi, Halil Russo, and Pablo Rodriguez. And in other news, Cumbre at a third with Nestor Fonseca getting his goal of the night, putting them 3 goals up. Do that. Going 5th man already, Cockburn. And the shot deflected, no. The shot by Kukic wasn't a bad one. It did look to me like it took a deflection, but refs say otherwise. Ziba going for Houston. Houston switching for De Filippis. De Filippis down the line. But Leeming is there. As Radenovic keeps it. Kukic for Leeming. Leeming can now drive. Radenovic goes to Kukic. It's Leeming. Leeming now drifting inside. Has Kukic, who's now open for the shot. Blocked by Ziba as Hamadi comes away with it. But Fumato keeping it in play. Goes long for Hamadi, who does well. Flicks through to Houston. Houston keeps. Goes for De Filippis, but De Filippis is unlucky not to receive the ball there. Long ball, finds Houston. Houston, good touch, leaves it for De Filippis. Shot just wide. Houston just dragging his shot wide. Radejovic. And now Houston. Now Ziba up top. Flicks through now Hamadi. Hamadi for De Filippis, losing out as Leeming comes away with it. down the line, misplaced pass. Switch through for Kukic. Drives inside, has the hit. Famato not phased. As Russo and Saeed check into the game. Radejovic. Sorry, Radenovic. Kukic goes down the line for Leeming, but Russo wins it, and now Houston down the line. And Dudek comes away with it, hits Savanovic. Goes inside, finds Leeming. Houston does well. And the shot saved by Famato. Full flick down the line. Unable to find a teammate. Leeming still going. Ball comes off of Leeming in the end. Russo. Kikic keeps. Back to Leeming as he plays to the other Leeming. Savanovic. Savanovic hits. Blocked. As it was. Blocked by Rodriguez. Goes down for Dudek. Will he have a hit? As we all know he loves to. Now Kikic hits. Saved by Famato. Famato goes and hits the roof. And it's not a bad effort with Dudek that far out of his box. Russo chasing well, coming off the... And it doesn't come off the Wolves player in the end. Ball going through to Rodriguez, back to Famato. Famato's flicking to Rodriguez. Goes through for De Filippis. Savanovic doing his defensive duties now as Famato clears. And Kikic. Long for Rodriguez. Back post coming in. Russo up with Savanovic and fouled. fouled through, and this could, and it is the first card of the night to Savanovic. Back post blocked. Flick through for Christie. Now Christie can drive with Kikic overlapping as Rodriguez now presses him. Christie still going, but just going out of play. Ball through the back post is a good one! As Savanovic, who picked up a yellow just moments ago, finds the finish. And the assist by Kikic was brilliant there. But the finish by Savanovic was even better. And now, long ball looking on. Gavranovic. Sorry, Gavranic. And Cumbre have added a fourth. Yes, Cumbre have added a fourth to their already massive lead. Dudek clearing his line. As Mohamed Tatonchi gets his first goal for Cumbre, making them 4-0 up. And now Saeed for Hawks. Long ball, Ziba just away from him. As Kikic can now go with it. Gavranic hits, saved by Famaro, returned back across by Kikic. Flick there for Hamadi. Hamadi fake shot, sending Christie, but Rodriguez not there. Gavranic. Now to Kikic, now Gavranic first time effort. Just off target. Long ball, finds Ziba, great touch, flick through for Hamadi, cuts inside, skins one, just about finds the brilliant finish. Skinned one, sat down Dudek, and then just missed the goal completely. What more could you ask for from Hamadi after some brilliant performances? And now Wolves step the ball up the court. Christie. And Hamadi there blocking. And another shot just missing the goal frame there. And Gavranic against Famado. Famado came out on top the first time and the second time. And now the third. Famado 3, Gavranic 0. And it's a Hawks side ball. As Houston comes back into this game. Hamadi straight across to Ziba. Goes to Hamadi. For Houston, just a missed pass. As Christie comes off for Lazaro. Houston intercepts now one-on-one with Lazaro. Has Hamadi to his right. Goes inside, but Kikic was there. As Gavranic now can move for Lazaro. Lazaro hits straight into Rodriguez's Vlasic shot over the bar. Hamadi. Houston. Rodriguez. Hamadi. Ziba. Hamadi losing out to Gavranic as the flick over to Lazaro was a good one, but Houston was better in that affair there. Rodriguez flicking through Hamadi. Hamadi still able to keep it, done well. For Ziba, and Ziba's pass to Houston's a bad one. Clears Hamadi. Hamadi against Dudek. Goes around and finds the side netting. Hamadi's worst fear at this point is an open net. As after sitting Dudek down for the second time, he still couldn't finish. But it's looking good for the Northern Hawks. As still only 1-0 down, have been making the better of chances in the last few minutes as De Philippis is on the ball. Moves it to Houston. Russo leaves it for De Philippis. And Vlasic checks out for Shavanovic. As Leeming comes into the game. Shavanovic through, finds Lazaro. Lazaro. Kikic goes to Shavanovic. Finds Lazaro. Lazaro hits off target. Long ball through to Russo. He looked to leave it, but Shavanovic was there. And now De Philippis blocking Leeming as he tried to go through. And Ziba flicking through, but Leeming was there. Now Lazaro goes back to Shavanovic. And the ball finds Lazaro in the end there anyway as it goes through the legs. And the shot saved by Famado. Famado goes long looking for Houston. And Russo blocked. And now Ziba asking to come off. Dudek flicking long. De Philippis, now Ziba. Goes back to De Philippis. De Philippis playing to Houston. Houston now playing through the middle, losing out now as Leeming goes for it. Sfumato had to come off his line, does well. Can De Philippis... That's Northern Hawks now. Russo. Houston. Flicks down the line. And Ziba and Lazaro both holding on to each other. Sivanovic goes for Leeming. Fumato at the top of his box. Does well. Makes another good block. Finds Sivanovic, who just hits, and Fumato was there. Russo flicks for Houston. Houston can still go. One-on-one now. But Sivanovic was there once again. And the shot by Russo over the bar. And Leeming now. Still going, Lazaro. Flicks through to Leeming. Leeming. Back to Sivanovic. Plays Leeming. And Russo turns now, still going. But the chop by Lazaro was brilliant. Finds Leeming as it goes back to Lazaro, but blocked by De Philippis. And Sivanovic once again. De Philippis. Houston. Goes long for Russo. Reynolds. Great idea, just the execute wasn't there. Back to Dudek. Dudek through the middle for Lazaro. Lazaro's touch away from him. Houston checks out as Saeed checks into the game once again. Rodriguez. Saeed. Flicks it through. Rodriguez. Goes Reynolds. But Leeming is there once again as Reynolds with a great challenge. But now here's Leeming as Fumato off his line. Stays big and composed as he wins the ball high. Reynolds once again. Philippides. Sorry, De Philippis. Saeed. De Philippis. Flicks through. Lazaro wins. Challenge made, and now one if Rodriguez can keep it. Lazaro diving in. De Philippis flicks for Reynolds. Reynolds. Pass too high and hard. Fumato goes long looking for De Philippis, but Lazaro was there. Now Kikic. Now Kikic. Cuts back inside on Reynolds. Stjanovic plays in Leeming. Now Lazaro. Finds a great ball to Sivanovic, who crosses back, and Kikic, instead of shooting, tried to play a 1-2. As Rodriguez now. Goes for Reynolds. Reynolds back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes long, in this far as Lazaro. Kikic. Does hit, and it's not a bad effort there. Long ball. Saeed hits. Saved by Dudek in the end there. Saeed back across goal, but Kikic is there. And not a bad effort there. Ball down the line for Shivanovic. And in other news, it finishes 5-1 to Cumbrae against West Coast Cobras down in Rockingham with the finish in that game, Cumbrae still look to finish first. And that is half time. And Cumbrae, after winning that game, go 3 points, go 2 points behind South Perth Alliance, who sit top and play tomorrow night at Lakelands against the Akram Eagles at 6:35 p.m. tomorrow. But we'll be back in just a moment.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Second half gets us underway with Cockburn Wolves kicking off here in the white as Shivanovic looks to go long, blocked by Birdle, as Saeed now hits through for Rodriguez, as Reynolds now on the ball as it goes to Saeed. Saeed to De Philippis. Back to Reynolds. De Philippis. De Philippis. Back to Saeed now. De Philippis once again. Reynolds in the middle. And pass intercepted by Birdle, who goes down the line for Christie. Christie drag back, goes right. Still going Christie. Here's Birdle. Birdle looked to flick through, but blocked by Rodriguez. Gavlanic cuts inside, blocked by De Philippis. Birdle goes wide to Christie. Christie misses the trick. Reynolds slips. Christie now with Srivanovic on the other side, and he is there. But so was Formato in the end. Saeed. Reynolds to Saeed. Back to Reynolds, who goes back to De Philippis. Rodriguez. De Philippis. Saeed. De Philippis. Flicks through, blocked. One by Birdle, who goes back to Shivanovic. One by Dudek, plays a great ball to Shivanovic. And one by De Philippis, who goes to Rodriguez, skips over to Reynolds. Reynolds hits high as Rodriguez wins. And Christie watches it out. Reynolds now. Rodriguez, and that's misplaced as Birdle plays Gavranic, who hits side netting. Long ball through. Christie blocks Houston as Hamadi tries to spin, but it still will be a Northern Hawks ball. Now, Savanovic. As Christie checks his run, looking to look short, but goes long for Gavranic, but not there. Saeed. Hamadi. Now it works its way to Hamadi on the left as it goes back to Houston. Out to Saeed. Saeed back to Houston. And now it's to Philippus. Works its way to Saeed. Saeed trying to cross back, but Christie blocks.
As soon as he turns, go.
Deflected through, corner ball for Northern Hawks. Saeed hits, blocked again.
Why are you back here? Go higher.
The Philippus hits just off target. Gavranic wins, but now Hamadi hits, blocked, corner ball. Corner ball to the Northern Hawks as Gavranic checks off for Leeming. As Hamadi over the corner has Famado. Will he release him? Goes to Saeed. And Dudek just goes for it, but Famado take a touch, take his time, as that attempt wasn't troubling. Now Saeed. Saeed can work it out to Houston as he looks to get the reverse. And he gets the touch, but Dudek with a block to stop it going anywhere. Leeming finds Christie as Birdle makes the run over the top. But it goes back to Leeming. Leeming down the line for Christie, but Famado there anyway. As the Philippus for Russo. Hamadi hits Saeed. Saeed trying to go through the legs, but there's Leeming. Saeed works well, wins it back, flicks it to Houston. Houston down the line for Russo. Christie defending as he goes back across, but there's Dudek. And now Dudek doing what he normally does and running upfield for Cockburn, allowing them to play with an extra fifth. Shivanovic. Leeming. Back to Savanovic. Savanovic hits frame of the goal once again. And Saeed for Zeba.
We're going to 4v3.
Ball flicked over. Russo still chasing. And Birdle off for Leeming. Both Leeming brothers on the pitch now. Christie. Savanovic and a foul by Russo called. Played quickly. Houston wins. Houston shoots, deflected, corner.
Be more active. Tez won the ball and you just walk.
Hamadi leaves it for Famado, who drifts inside and has a hit blocked. Famado still. Houston. Famado blocked. Goes through. Now Famado. All the way back to Zeba. And Zeba goes long, but Famado back. Leeming blocked by Houston. Long ball to Zeba. One by Vlasic. Keeps it in and goes long. Hits nothing as Zeba now works for it. And Russo and Houston's shot just rising. Hamadi doing well. Back to Houston. Russo. Houston. Done for Hamadi. And now Leeming. Hits and just off target as well. Now Houston just heading off Vlasic. Famato stepping into halfway. Ziba for Houston. Famato lifted it through. Pass Leeming for Houston in the corner. Finds Hamadi. And it goes in! Russo with... Was it Russo or Ziba? I didn't have a great view there, blocked. And it was Russo. Ball found its way through. And Russo in the best position to find the finish. And now Kikic. For Vlasic. Leeming. Leeming's pass off target. Goes for Houston. Now Famato. Famato's ball, not a bad one. Had the right idea for Russo, as now he has to trap back as Kikic can drive down the line and have a shot. He does, but he misses his skill as it goes back. Now Leeming hits past the post of Famato. And it's a save by Famato. Leeming. Vlasic switching to Kikic. Drives inside, then back. As Northern Hawks force Wolves back here. Leeming now beats Houston down the line, but the ball goes out of play in the end. Russo for Rodriguez. Hamadi for Houston. Houston now down the line. As it finds its way to Rodriguez. And it's a save by Dudek there. Hamadi trying to flick. And now Wolves can attack as the ball finds Leeming well, but Famato saves. The Phillip is back on now. As Ziba. And Lazaro on for Leeming now. For Leeming. Leeming now switching to Kikic. And driving inside, but Ziba's there to put him off target. Scores. Still 1-1, 6.5 minutes to go here in the final MSL game here at Perth Modern tonight. And if you weren't here earlier, the fixture down in Rockingham with Cumbre versus Cobras ended up 5-1 to Rockingham Cambio Cumbre as their race for first. And their partners in that race, South Perth Alliance, play tomorrow night at Lakelands against the Akram Eagles. 6:35 p.m. Yes. Yes, 6:35 p.m. at Lakelands. But catch the live stream on the Supa-Liga YouTube or Facebook. And now, Sabanovic, Leeming. Kikic. Left foot, Lazaro. Lazaro inside now, hits and just wide of the post. Northern Hawks now after scoring have now been put in a little rut by Cockburn Wolves. Saeed, Zeba, long ball for the Philippines, and now Saeed driving. Ball finding its way through Lazaro, but now Lazaro coming up at the end of it. And Zeba getting booked. And Zeba goes into the book for descent. As Kikic hits, reverse back to Leeming as Lazaro's at the back post. 2-1 to Cockburn Wolves as the shot by Kikic deflects wide to the back post. Leeming was there to have his hit, but Lazaro at the back post and all alone gets his goal for the night, putting Cockburn Wolves 2-1 up with 5 minutes left in the half. The Philippines through for Russo. Russo's touch away. Kikic picks up. Shavanovic down the line for Lazaro. Formato off his line as well. Saeed. No Reynolds. Reynolds back to the Philippines, who hits Russo. Russo's flicked through as far as Christie. Now Saeed. Christie goes back to Kikic as Shavanovic. Shavanovic has the long ball, but Formato, Caldwell won the ball. Houston checks back in as Reynolds comes out. Russo still doing well, has the back post of Houston, clears it for a corner. 4:13 left on the clock here. Goes back to De Philippis. Hits Houston. Houston out to De Philippis. Switches it to Formato. Formato switching straight across to Houston. Hawks now in a fifth man with Formato stepping up. Into the corner for Russo. Russo back to Formato. Formato has time. Hits Saeed. Saeed turning and having his shot. Blocked by the face of Dudek. With 3:51 on the clock. Only one goal down. Fifth man could work out here for Northern Hawks. But the risk of having your keeper up top does hurt sometimes. But the finish from Houston, just far of that left-hand post, worrying Dudek a lot there. Russo flicking through to Saeed now. Saeed has the overlap for Russo. Russo just unable to keep the ball in. Ball down the line, finds Lazaro. Lazaro has the reverse. He chooses to go for it, but it was blocked by Saeed. Back to Christie. Christie over to Shavanovic. Down the line, blocked by De Philippis. 3:27 left. Kept in by Lazaro. Shavanovic still. As he for Savanovic. Goes back through the middle, but Lazaro's run was down the line instead of in the middle. And a yellow card for Rodriguez there. As the bench was warned earlier on not to complain about any decisions or asking for decisions, and Rodriguez has paid the price of the yellow. Back to Savanovic. Blocked, now Saeed. And Houston's pass away from De Philippis.
Hey, step above the ball.
Bertel goes long, finds Gavranic. And now Christie. Back to Houston. Hits De Philippis. De Philippis has the time to drive. 4v3. Houston. And the save again from Dudek is brilliant. Now Houston has the hit. Blocked by Bertel there. De Philippis did well driving into that 4-on-3, and Famato finding his player Saeed in the corner, as saved by Dudek earlier on, as Famato hits, blocked by Kikic there. And now De Philippis over it, back to Famato, Famato to De Philippis, as it goes all the way through to Houston. Houston reverses De Philippis, trying to find Saeed. Dudek collects. Chooses to go for Gavranic, who goes through the legs of Houston. And De Philippis tracking back and doing defensive duties really well. Saeed hits! Straight at Dudek. Goes for Christie. Christie now having time to drive down the line. Saeed stepping up. Christie still going. Gavranic. Sorry, Kikic. As Savanovic, deep in their own half, goes for Kikic now. As Bertel comes in for Gavranic. Back to Kikic.
Hey, he's got a step. A little step.
Flick through. De Philippis now.
Hands on. Lookman, come.
Houston. Fifth man coming back out once more. 1:30 left on the clock. Hamadi checking in for Saeed. Can Hamadi be that game changer for Hawks now? Down the line for Russo. Back to Hamadi. Hamadi fake shot goes inside. Finds De Philippis. And saved by Dudek. And Dudek, Savanovic shoots.
H, you've got to press. You can't drop. No, but don't let him get the ball.
A minute. Minute left. And now they can drive. Russo down the line for Hamadi. For Houston. 52 seconds left. Houston still going. And De Philippis shot just over the bar. And now long for Christie. Famato's there. Famato into it. He loses out. Can Christie get the finish? Blocked by Hamadi, but Christie is there. Luke Christie makes it 3-1 to Cockburn Wolves. To Luke Christie, who beats Famato down that side. Northern Hawks. Hawks looking for the foul, but it was not given, as Christie blocked first by Hamadi on the line, but the second lands straight to Christie's feet as he smashes in the second attempt. Blocked once more, hit long. Can that deflection be the one? No, it can't. It's Houston tracks back well. 25 seconds left. Hamadi. Famato. Hits through to Houston as his shot rises and goes long. Dudek. Hits for Savanovic. As he works it well. Christie, time on the ball. Oh, the chip through looks to be good, but Hamadi there blocking as that will be time. Cockburn Wolves coming away 3-1 winners here in the final MSL game held at Perth Modern tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we'll be up with stats in just a second. With the possession going Hawks' way at 50.7 to 49.3. Hawks attempting over 300 passes and completing 242 of them with a pass percentage of 72%. Wolves hitting 278 attempted with 202 completed with a percentage of 73. Hawks having 35 total shots with 22 landing on target, and Wolves having 40 with 19 on target. Thanks very much for tuning in tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow.